We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey, so make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T, and I hope everybody's doing good today. Make sure you guys have your teacups ready.
Get ready. Y'all get ready.
Yes, you get ready.
Because this tea is what? Piping hot. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing good today. So, I don't really know how I want to make this video, but I'm just gonna, I guess, just freestyle it, and however it comes out, it comes out. About a week or so ago, I did a video called Corey Feldman Vows to Release the Names of Several Hollywood Execs, plus Corey Haim+'s mom speaks out. And so, of course, that video was automatically demonetized and, hidden in the searches and all that stuff. But a lot of people did like the video. But one thing I had to do in the video, I had to take out a part. I had to edit it out because I started getting attacked by people because I personally wouldn't release the names of who I thought it was. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the clip that I ended up editing out of that video, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary. Lying about that at all. I definitely believe that him and Corey Haim were definitely assaulted, molested, and raped. I have a very good idea of who raped Corey Haim on the set of Lucas. I know a lot of you guys who know about the situation know who it was, and when I first found out who in my gut feeling it was, I was sick to my stomach. His babies have issues, and his ex-wife, that court docket leaked. And those kids were playing and shit and doing all types of crazy stuff that's not normal. So y'all can say who it is. I'm not going to say who it is, but y'all can, feel free. There's a lot of people out there who know. All right, so you guys just heard that clip. So when that clip was in the video, I had to deal with a lot of just ignorant comments, and it was a lot of people I just blocked right off the back. Because I feel like this. I think a lot of y'all don't realize that at the end of the day, it's very easy for you guys to sit there behind your icons. When we click on your particular profile, there's no videos, there's no first and last name. There's no way to identify who you are. So it's very easy for you to sit on your high horse and say, you need to release the names. You need to say who it is, as if this was my molestation case, okay? What y'all don't realize is that a lot of people on YouTube have received all types of ramifications for being truthers, for putting the truth out there. I remember back in 2009, 2010, there were so many truther channels and people breaking stuff down. And back then, part of being a part of the truth community was you were also doing your own research. You didn't just go off of what somebody said on YouTube. You went, you investigated, and you put the pieces together yourself. Now everybody wants things just spoon-fed to them and just told to them. I personally chose not to say anything. As you guys know, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, I never talk about anything until it's been ran through the media first. Why? Because you cannot put allegations out there such as child molestation, physical abuse, and other things out there about people, especially celebrities, and think that there's no ramifications. You know what I'm saying? We get all types of cease and desist, possible lawsuits. So the same people who were crying about me not saying who it was, I wonder if I had been sued by a Charlie Sheen or by Denise Richards. I wonder if the same people who were calling me punks and, talking all that smack in that video, I wonder if you guys would put your own jobs and your own livelihood on the line, for random people that you don't know. I wonder if you guys would do something at your job that can risk you being fired, being sued, all in the name of just, spilling the tea. A lot of y'all don't realize that, the things that we put out there affect our day-to-day lives. You know what I'm saying? So unless you're willing to put your neck out there and show who you are to the world, miss me with the shaming tactic. I will not speak on anything until I feel that it's okay to speak on it. And especially when it comes to these celebrities and their damn lawyers and everything else, I'm definitely not going to speak on anything. I'm definitely not just going to put something out there until the mainstream media puts it out there first. Would you guys have helped to get me a lawyer and help to fund that lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Right now, Corey is going through the same thing. Everybody, including myself, wants him to release the names. But like I also said in the video, the man also needs protection. He also needs funds to fight these people. I don't know if it's worth $10 million, but he's definitely going to need help. So, this whole situation is crazy. I'm only going to talk about it now because it's been released by the media. But I was dropping hints, a week ago. This is something me and a lot of people who've been researching the whole Corey Feldman case and the things that happened to a lot of these 80s and 90s stars as children, these child stars, a lot of people have been researching this. And one of my subscribers, me and her are really close, she ended up contacting me the very next day after she saw the video, and she wanted to clear a few things up because I didn't know she was a huge Corey Haim and Corey Feldman fan, and she's been a fan of theirs. She's met both of them before Corey Haim died. She went to all types of fan meetups. She talks to Corey on the regular. And so she wanted to clear some things up with me. So she contacted me directly and was like, I want to, advise you on Corey Haim's mother. Because for me, I never really researched the mother. I assumed that she was just tired of Corey Feldman constantly bringing up her son. Then come to find out, and other people had said this in the comment section as well, that Corey Haim didn't even live with his mom. At one point in time when he was 14, he was staying with Robert Downey Jr., Sarah Jessica Parker, and the mom was busy trying to, fuck these Hollywood producers and entertainers and everything else, that she allowed her son to basically be a pass around. I told her I was making this video, and she even wanted me to add stuff in the video because, like I said, she's been just giving me so much information on everything that Corey Feldman and Haynes went through. One of the things that she's saying is, my main thing is, why hasn't any studio offered to finance Corey's movie? It would be huge. So you have to wonder why none of them want to do it. Then she says, check that bitch Judy, who is letting Corey sell his baby teeth on eBay because they were so broke. I can't today with that leech. So Corey Feldman has some diehard fans who know the whole ins and outs of this situation. Like I'm not a diehard Corey Feldman fan, but she's taught me a lot through me and her just conversing about the situation. But like I've always said, I believe Corey 100%. Everything that he said, I don't believe that it was a lie. It was an over-exaggeration. This young man, Corey Haim, was a tortured soul. He went through a lot, and I'm glad that the truth is now coming out. I'm glad that people are now seeing it for what it is. But a lot of things also bother me with this situation as well. Now, yesterday, Charlie Sheen was trending all over Twitter. And that was because Corey Haim's close friend, Dominic Bracia, basically spilled all the tea on the sexual abuse that Corey was suffering. He said everything to the National Enquirer, and then the Daily Mail picked it up, the New York Post. So now everything is being put out there, okay? Now everything is being brought to light that Charlie Sheen is the accuser who sodomized Corey Haim on the set of Lucas. And I also hinted at that docket that the ex-wife put out there. The ex-wife was Denise Richards. And if you guys ever get a chance to read that docket, it's one of the most disturbing dockets I've ever read. And the fact that when it leaked, it really didn't cause fanfare. It wasn't all over the television like this whole Harvey Weinstein situation to me, just shows you how much people are protected in Hollywood. So this whole situation is just crazy. But, a lot of truthers at this point, they just don't care because they've been saying this for years. They've been putting this information out for years. And what happened to them? Their videos were removed. Their channels were taken away. Videos now being demonetized. So a lot of truthers are just at the point like, it's funny now that when the mainstream media says it, now things are trending. Now everybody's having this discussion. But these discussions have been happening online forever and a day. All this information has been out for a long time. Everybody knows that Corey Haim was raped and sodomized. He was a victim of a lot of older men in his youth, as was Corey Feldman. And on top of that, Todd Bridges said the same thing. This is what led Todd Bridges to his crack addiction.
Well, I was 12 years old, and my publicist, he basically talked me into doing things that I didn't really want to do. Hadn't had sex before, and he kind of convinced me that this was the right thing to do, and kind of told me, like, don't tell your parents. And he bought me a bicycle. He always kept doing things for me that I didn't quite really understand.
So we kind of seduced
I started at 11. Yeah, he seduced me, and he started at 11 years old to 12. And then finally one day, at 12 years old, some encounter with Dana Plato happened, and I realized that that was the right thing and what he did was the wrong thing. And when he came to my house the next day, I attacked him. My mother knew right away what had happened, and my mother went after him. My dad stopped him. And my dad took his side and then didn't believe me.
Wait.
And,
your dad, your dad took his side. He didn't believe his own son.
Yeah, no, my dad, the guy did it. Predators are very smart. He set my father up to know that I was going to say something eventually. And he got in my father's ear and made my father, told him that I was going to say something. And that it was all a lie. And so when I had told my father told my mom that I was lying. And my mom knew I wasn't lying because she could see in her child's face, because it happened to her when she was growing up, that I wasn't lying. And I just attacked the guy. And then after that, the guy stalked me for like 2 years, and that's when they had no stalking laws. You know, everywhere I went, that guy was still there. But see, the problem that we have to do is we have to figure out, you know, this bill was shot down in 2006, and we've got to get this bill passed. We have to make people realize that children need to be safe on these sets, and they're not safe because parents want their kids to be in show business so bad that they're willing to do anything, and they'll send them off with strange people.
You know, Todd,
and that's something that you just shouldn't do. When a child is molested, for me, I can't speak for every other child, but when I was molested, it made me feel shame, degradation, it made me feel less than average. I mean, I spent from 12 to 13 years old trying to figure out whether I was homosexual or not. I didn't know because I liked the feeling, but I didn't know that that was wrong. You know, so, you know, if I can keep any child from having to go through what I went through by having these people get these background checks before you become a publicist, before you become a manager, you know, you have to have these background checks before you get around these minors in show business, because it's like show business is an open field to child molestation.
He was also a pass around. That's what they call him, because they pass these little boys around in the entertainment industry like joints. But again, because we raise our kids to believe that, you know, fame is the number one goal and it's cool to be famous and you need to be famous. You need to have the world know who you are. A lot of these parents were willing to look the other way. And it's really sad to see what has happened to these young men and to see where a lot of these young men are. And let's also not forget that Mackenzie Phillips ended up coming out about how she slept with her father for 10 years, her own father.
Probably don't know this. If you're in a blackout and you're not in your body and then you come to in your body, I was in the act of having sex with my father.
What did you think?
What did I think?
Yeah.
I thought, how did this happen? How did I end up here?
I remember that being like a huge scandal, and then it died down and went away. You know, so it's really disturbing. Like I always tell you guys, the rabbit hole goes deep. And if you really want to know the information, you need to do your own research. Stop waiting for YouTubers and random people online and random bloggers to spoon feed you information that you can put two and two together yourself. You know, a lot of folks need to stop being lazy and come out their comfort zone. If you want to know information, you need to put it together yourself, because anybody on YouTube can say anything. Are you just going to believe it blindly? No, you need to do your own research, and it's not fair to put somebody's feet to the fire on some stuff that didn't personally happen to them. I'm glad that this information is coming out here, but it's also bittersweet because the information has been out here. And I'm just really curious to know, you know, it's like everybody now is getting accused of something. I mean, everybody. Even yesterday came out that David Blaine is now being accused by a second woman in England who says that she was a victim of a sexual attack by David Blaine. He was going around demanding that women suck his dick. And I'm like the biggest David Blaine fan. I'm like, I can't believe this. You're like the cool magician guy with the cool, creepy eyes, and you're out here trying to rape women? Like, really? You know, and then even now, it's also being reported that Terry Crews is finally deciding to file a police report against the Hollywood executive that groped him at that party. So he's now going forward. He's going to file the police report. So, you know, Hollywood is definitely crumbling. A lot of people are finally waking up to the sickness of Hollywood, to the things that people have been saying online for years. Now the mainstream media is deciding to jump on this. But another thing, I have to keep it real, it also makes me nervous because I feel like while the mainstream media is busy focusing on Harvey Weinstein and now Corey Haim, Kevin Spacey, you know, and all these people now, while the mainstream media is focusing on this, what is really going on? I don't even hear anything about the Las Vegas shooting anymore in the news. No one talks about that. We just had a shooting the other day in Texas. I mean, that's a blip on the radar, but I feel like all of this focus on Hollywood has come at a really convenient time when people have been talking about Hollywood forever. We literally have Trump right now messing with the president of North Korea, you know, sending him shots, talking about his grandfather. You know, I don't know. I feel mixed on this. I'm glad that this information is coming out, but what's going on the back end that's trying to keep everybody focused on this information? Are we going to war? You know what I'm saying? Are we about to invade North Korea? Are we looking to try and get, you know, China's resources? What's really going on? That's the stuff I sit and think about. I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that now that the media has put the information out there, that's who I have always suspected that it was. Charlie Sheen has come out and he has denied the accusations. He's saying that it wasn't him. A lot of people are also giving the father, the elder Sheen, Martin, the side eye as well, because he too was on that set of Lucas. It was a lot of people who have been messed with, who have been abused. And if you guys want some extra tea, research and really look into the whole Jonathan Brandis situation. He was a really popular kid when I was like in elementary school. I remember him from the movie Ladybugs. And at the time, when he killed himself, he was dating Tatiana Ali. And a lot of folks have always been conflicted because he was so young when he died. Like, what happened to him and, what made him kill himself. Realize this pass around phenomenon did not end with Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. And I'm going to leave it at that. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And make sure you click that bell so you can be down with the notification squad, honey. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.